Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Tingle Talks. In this episode we're going to talk all about managing for fish populations and how to keep a pond healthy and balanced and all those good things. So first, I hope you can hear me. It's kind of like a windstorm. There's some kiltie going crazy because I'm probably close to their babies, but I think it'll be good. So, alright, moral of the story. Talking about fish population and managing. The first thing is, what does that mean? All your fish population is just the total number of fish you have in your pond. Alright, and what you're looking for is the number of predators and the number of prey. So in our case, that's usually going to be bass and catfish for your predators, and your prey are typically things like minnows and sunfish and bluegill and things like that. So you're looking for total numbers and total numbers of predator and prey. Alright, why managing fish population is important is because you need a healthy balance of predators and prey in your pond. If your pond ever becomes unbalanced of too many predators or too many prey or whatever, the fish aren't very healthy, they don't thrive the way they need to, and they just don't perform and grow and live up to your expectations and what's good for the pond itself. So you need to have a balance, and you need to check to see if it's balanced and fix it if it's not. So the next part is, how do you assess your farm pond fish population and so you can manage it? So assessing is really easy. There's a couple steps to it. The first step is you get to go fishing. You need to figure out how many fish live in this pond. So what you'll do is you'll take your fishing pole and all kinds of different lures, so you catch bass, bluegill, all kinds of stuff, and you'll start out and maybe you'll fish over here. And then maybe you'll go over there and fish, and then maybe go over there where those cows are drinking, and come back over here and just fish all over this pond. You're going to try to catch as many as you can, try a bunch of different lures, try to catch catfish, bass, bluegill, all of them. Step one, go fishing. Fish often, fish a lot, fish as much as you can. The second part of that is you need to record and write down what you actually caught. And what's important to look at is the species. Are they bass, bluegill, whatever? Is that a predator or prey? And then you're going to look at their overall appearance and health. If you're catching a lot of really big fish, or if you're catching a lot of really small fish that are skinny and pale, write all that stuff down and document it, because it'll be really important when you make it, the next step, which is analyzing the pond and making your decisions. So like I said, so after you've fished, after you've written down and recorded everything that you've caught and what it looks like, the third and final thing of how to assess your pond is to make an analysis. So what you'll do is go back and look what you've written down, count up how many bass you caught, how many bluegill you caught, and then you're going to determine, is it balanced? Is it seem like it's a pretty good number? Did you catch a lot more bass than you did bluegill? Did you catch a lot more bluegill than you did bass? Or what did it look like? And so some of those things that will give it away is if you have a pond that's unbalanced, you'll catch a lot of either really big bluegill, really small bass, or really big bass, which is awesome, and then a lot of teeny tiny unhealthy bluegill. So if it's balanced, everything looks good, everything looks healthy, you have good sizes, you have good numbers, and if it's not, you'll have one way or the other. More specifically, if you have a pond that is overcrowded with bass, so you have too many bass, too many predators, not enough prey and bluegill, what you'll get is you'll get a lot of huge bluegill, which is nice, but you only have a few of them. And the reason is you don't have any little ones because there's so many bass, they're eating them all. And the bass are going to be teeny tiny and small, so that's not good. So if it's overcrowded with bass, you have a lot of little bass and a lot of big, a little bit of big bluegill. So a lot of little bass, a lot of big bluegill. If you have a pond that is overpopulated with bluegill and not bass, you have one or two great big bass, which is awesome, but then you have thousands, or hundreds at least, of little teeny tiny bluegill, and they're usually skinny and pale and not very good. So what's happened there is there's not enough bass to control them, and they're kind of out of control and not going on. How you fix it if your pond is unbalanced? It's really easy. You just need to remove whatever you have too much of and keep whatever you have too little of. So if you have too many bluegill, take out bluegill. So have a fish fry, catch as much as you can, take the little ones, take all of them, and over time it'll kind of balance out and make itself healthy. If you have too many bass, likewise, take out all different sizes of them. Don't completely clean it out, but take some big bass and eat them. Take some little bass and eat them. Take some small bass and do something else with them. Put them somewhere else. I don't know. Don't do that. It's probably illegal. But moral of the story, if you have too much, just remove some and keep what you don't. So it's kind of been a long-winded video. The moral of the story is just managing populations for fish. All you're trying to do is get a balance of predator and prey, so bass and bluegill, or catfish and bluegill, or whatever. Why it's important is you need a balance. If things become unbalanced, whichever side is too heavy often struggles, and they're starving and they get really small and little, and your pond's not good. And how you assess it is you catch fish, you record what you have, and then analyze and make a decision. And then how you fix it is if it's unbalanced, you take out more of whatever is too much there. So if you have too many bass, you take some out. If you have too many bluegill, you take some of those out. And hopefully over time, your pond will balance and you'll be good to go. Hope this video makes sense. I hope you can hear me. Take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.